Attention. Welcome to the Different Spectrums podcast. We dive into the wild world of mental health discussions. Get ready for profound talks, a sprinkle of humor and sarcasm, and a touch of colorful language. Just a quick heads up, our show reflects our individual opinions, which may not align with the standpoint of the podcast, our featured guests, or any related corporate entities. Our mission? To illuminate through laughter and satire because everyone needs a good chuckle. Chill out and don't stress over the small stuff. Legal troubles? No, thank you. Cancel culture? Please spare us. We'd rather keep this space lawsuit free. So buckle up, have a good time, and join us as we navigate the vibrant realm of mental health on the Different Spectrums podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice. By using our link, you can get 10% off your first month of therapy. So, Naz, as a therapist on BetterHelp, what has your experience been like?
I've been doing it since January 2021, and it's been really fun and exciting. I've been able to reach clients all over the United States and the world. I've had good relationships. I've had folks that I've had for a couple months and a good handful where I've had for almost 2 years now. So it's magnificent. I've enjoyed my time and my clients. I love them.
Awesome. You can do it all from your phone or computer via phone call, video chat, or messaging, however you feel the most comfortable. Let BetterHelp connect you to a therapist who can support you all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/DSP or choose Different Spectrums podcast during sign up and enjoy a special discount on your first month. Hey everybody, we back again.
We back. We're live.
I'm Spencer, your co-host, and that's our licensed clinical therapist, Naz.
Hey.
Remember, don't take us too seriously.
Or do. Completely up to you.
There you go. Also, don't forget to rub those likes for us. We'd really appreciate it. So, for today, we are going to be doing the film Deadpool and Wolverine. Not only is this film been long awaited, but it also has some deep moments that we're going to be talking about today. Those deep moments include ADHD, trauma, truth bombing, as well as having limits, and then also trying to, we'll say, how we kind of have different moments of what to do when you're actually having those PTSD moments, which some of you may take away as, as some good advice, and some of you probably just be douchebags. I don't know. It's a 50-50 shot at this point. Some people just listen to hate, and some people just listen to listen. We're in that part of our careers now where people just be hating. But hey, they hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they love us.
Or that. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about that and just talking about overall just nerdy things as well.
Yeah,
I'll be getting into like just some background things of Deadpool and Wolverine and all that bullshit. So Naz, anything before we get into it?
So folks, you're gonna listen to probably about 6 scenes. We'll try and chop and edit them to where they're a little bit quicker. Magnificent scenes that Spencer just dropped knowledge on, that which we're going to talk about. I'm excited. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Well, hopefully we can get you in and out in about an hour. Remember the pods when it's just me and him, a little bit shorter. And for the next couple of weeks, next month, actually, I would say a month and a half, maybe 2 months, it's going to be me and Spence. Both of us are extremely busy. Both start new jobs, new careers. It's kind of hard to get some guests on right now because it's just tough for us. So come May, we'll get a bunch of really good content out there as well with more guests. There might be a surprise guest or two, all-stars, WNBA, sports leagues. We'll see what happens. We got some stuff in the pipeline, The people love us. I just want to shout out everyone that pays attention, that follows us, for all the new people that have seen us over the last few weeks, all the magnificent guests. We have a huge following now. Just thank you. Thank you for riding out the inappropriate behavior. All my weird foot-related comments that aren't actually true. I just like to talk shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, buddy.
I love goods.
McRibs.
So I just want to shout all you out. So thank you for commenting, liking. Please continue to do that. It helps us push to more people. And yeah, man, let's get into the show. Let's have some fun. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
There it is. I never realized I said whoop whoop. There it is. Okay.
Like there's a song or something.
Copyright.
So, what made you finally wear an honest-to-God costume? Mine's red, so they can't see me bleed. But I could see how yellow would be useful, too.
Have you been checked for ADHD?
But I've had several STDs, which were probably caused by ADHD. What are you looking for?
Oh, hey, fuck.
No. That's rubbing alcohol. You don't want to drink oat? Yep, there you go. Fuck that liver. Good. Okay.
What the fuck are those?
Oh. Back in civilian life, I wear a toupee, but nobody knows.
Everybody knows.
Want to talk about what's haunting you, or should we wait for a third act flashback?
Go fuck yourself.
You know, in my world, you're well regarded.
Yeah, well, not in mine.
They don't like me much in mine either.
You don't say.
I wanted to be something, you know. I wanted to be an Avenger.
Fuck the Avengers.
Yeah. I didn't make the cut, though. Same with the X-Men. When my girlfriend left, man, I just...
You had a girlfriend?
Yeah. Vanessa. When we met, she was a dancer. We had a whole life. It was good. But oh boy, I just fucked that right up. But you were an X-Man. Fuck that, you were the X-Man. The Wolverine. He was a hero in my world.
Yeah, well, he ain't shit in mine.
Ask. What's with the suit? First thing I did when I flamed out, I took mine off.
Drop it.
It's not that ugly.
Stop talking about
Did you
my
make it
suit.
yourself? Been there.
Quit now.
The X-Men make you wear it? Those sons of fucking bitches. They are not your friends, I'll tell you that. Friends don't let friends leave the house looking like they fight crime for the Los Angeles Rams.
Shut the fuck up about this.
Whoa. Watch your frown lines, Angel Baby. I'm just trying to bond a little
Yeah, well,
bit.
then talk about something else.
Fine.
Stop it.
If they could fix your world, what's the first thing you're gonna do when you get out of here? Some rubbing alcohol shots? Maybe a wiper fluid chaser?
What did you say?
So when you get back, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
No, before that.
If they can fix your world?
What do you mean, if?
I mean...
You lied to me. You don't have a fucking clue if they can help me fix things, do you?
No, I mean... No! Fuck! Fuck! I didn't lie!
You lied!
No, I made an educated wish! Because I need you. This is why. Right here. Because if we don't do something, they die. I don't know anything about saving worlds. And why would I even care? Because my entire world is right here in this picture. It's only 9 people, and I have no idea how to save it alone. I know how to fuck people up for money, but you know how to save them. At least the other Wolverine did. I guess I'm stuck with the worst one.
Did you say you made an educated fucking wish?
They call me the Merc with the Mouth. They don't call me Truthful Timmy, the blowjob queen of Saskatoon.
One more word. Please give me one.
Gubernatorial.
You know what? You're a fucking joke. No wonder the Avengers didn't take you, or the X-Men, and they'll take fucking anyone. I mean, you are a ridiculous, immature, half-wit moron. I have never met a sadder more attention-starved, jabbering little prick in my entire life, and that says a lot, because I've been alive for more than 200 fucking years. And I'll tell you, that bald chick was right about one thing. You will never save the world. You couldn't even save a relationship with a goddamn stripper. And motherfucker, I wish I could say you die alone, but it's one of God's best jokes that you can't die, except that's on all of us. Well, you got nothing to say, mouth?
I'm gonna fight you now.
Oh, are you? Hey, I'm not looking for company. Get out of here.
You remind me of him. Angry, drunk, mean.
Sounds like a great guy.
Wasn't finished. Showed up when it mattered the most. Couldn't help it. You might not know it, but you're a good man, Logan.
You might not know it, but apparently I'm the worst, Logan.
I got to have a life because of you. I got to grow up because of you. A lot of kids did.
A lot of kids didn't grow up because of me. Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
That suit says different.
Yeah, you like it? Scott used to beg me to wear it. So did Jean, Storin, Beast. All of them. Wanted me to be part of the team, but I wouldn't. Told them they all looked fucking ridiculous. I couldn't have them thinking I wanted to be there. And then one day, while I was off on my own, the humans came and went mutant hunting.
I can guess the rest.
No, let me say it. I need to say it. By the time I stumbled home shit-faced from the bar, it was too late. They were dead, And this suit's all I got to remind me of who they were and what I did.
We're headed to Cassandra's at sunup.
Have fun, not my fight.
We won't pull this off without you.
Hey, whoever you think I am, you got the wrong guy.
You were always the wrong guy.
One, aren't you? I do feel like you get lost behind all of his... Deadpools are a dime a dozen here in the void. But you... What's going on in here? Interesting. Not what I expected back here, behind the anger.
You're hiding from them, from all the ones you let down. So much pain.
I walked away. They called after me, and I walked away. I always do.
I know. But that's not all you did, is it? You found them, the X-Men.
Dead. I would.
What did you do?
I started killing. And I couldn't stop. I didn't want to stop.
All those bad men.
It's not just the bad ones.
My little animal.
I turned the whole world against the X-Men. Just once. I want to be the man that Charles thought I was.
Logan. In the void, you can be what you are.
I just want to be free.
I can set you free. I can silence all those voices. I've got you. I've got you.
I got you.
Smell something?
Yeah, you. A lot of you.
Told you there were a lot of Deadpools over there. That's bad.
I take it they're not friendly.
Goodness, no. Sorry about this, boys. Mission over. Cause of death, 100 kill-thirsty Deadpools. They're dumb, but they can fight. Not me, though. I'd love to get in the mix, but I have low bone density, and I have to keep my face safe. Hold, please.
Oh, God.
All right, look! Guys! Deadpool Prime here. Our fight isn't with you.
When I want your opinion, I'll take Wolverine's dick out of your mouth.
That's Kidpool. She's the dirtiest. Can we just be done?
Ooh, we're just getting started.
No. With the whole multiverse thing. It's not great. It's just been miss after miss after miss. Look, the Wizard of Oz did the multiverse first, and they did it best. The gays knew it, but we didn't listen. Let's just take the L and move on. I think it's been steadily great since Endgame.
What are you talking about? The multiverse is over.
Sandy gonna destroy the fuck out of every timeline. Y'all can't do shit about it.
Do you not get it? If we don't go down to the subway and stop her, we all die.
Say the boss lady don't want no disturbances.
You want to get down to the subway? You gotta go through us. Uzi time, baby.
Uzi time.
Hold up. You heard that asshole upstairs. Even if we pull this off, we're dead. Permanently.
That's why it's gotta be me.
What?
Look, man. You didn't ask for any of this. You were right. I lied. I lied right to your face. Just to get you to help me, and you did.
You didn't lie. You made an educated wish. Come on. You got a whole world to go back to. I got nothing. I got nothing. Give me this.
Hey. I waited a long time for this team up. You know something? You're the best Wolverine.
Say hi to your friends for me.
Open the door!
I can't hear you over all the noble sacrifice!
Why are you fucking doing this?
Because I'm Marble Jesus. Or Spock. Hard to say.
Hey!
You fucking idiot.
Sorry, I'm just stalling. I think I'm nervous about dying.
This should be me.
Say hi to my friends for me, Peanut.
Wait! You want to be an annoying prick? Do this!
Hey everyone, before we get into the show, please check out our collaborator, Bubs Naturals. They sell a variety of health and wellness products, including collagen peptides, MCT oil powder, coffee, apple cider vinegar gummies, and other amazing products. Go to bubsnaturals.com and use our code DSP20 to get 20% off your entire order. And with that, let's get into the show. And we're back again.
We're back and we're live. Before we get started,
There we go.
serious question.
Is it?
Serious.
Okay.
They're both.
I know what you're
They're
going to say.
both so hot.
I already know what you're going to say.
Who would
It's
you prefer to
hilarious.
give you back shots?
Oh,
I don't think you thought I was going to say that.
no, I had an idea you're going gay somehow.
Who would you
Hey.
prefer to blow your shit out?
Rather not.
Don't comment. Don't comment.
That's one of those not going to happen at all answers. I already know you probably like a muscly man since
Bro.
I've seen the guys you hang out with. But, you know.
Bruh. I forgot how shredded his abs were until I saw that last scene here again. I was like, damn.
Jesus Christ.
Can I get some butter with them rolls?
Your dad
Oh, he's
your
going to hate
father.
this one.
is
Yeah.
really going to love this. Just
yeah.
so you know. And we're starting the episode off like this.
Extremely
You know?
gay.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? DEI. Why wouldn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah. It's not like we have it.
We can get into the show now. I just, for all you listening, choose what you want to choose. I think you can't go wrong either one. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. All of you that actually listen to the show, you answer your comments in the
Let us know.
put your comments in our YouTube page and see which one you like more.
To be fair,
You
Wolverine.
didn't even be so about it. You're like, which one would you, make love? No, like who's fucking you? Like,
Back shots.
Jesus Christ.
Real talk. Wolverine ain't gonna
Oh.
listen to you. He ain't gonna pay you no mind. So Deadpool, he really ain't gonna. It's just ADHD. So you're gonna have some fun, but he's never gonna get into your emotional intimacy either.
I feel like Deadpool is more of a bottom. I'm gonna be honest with you. He seems like more of a bottom
He does.
in my eyes.
He does.
That's why their relationship works well. You got a top and a bottom. I thank God
Okay.
that none of the Spotify people can actually see
They
that.
can see it. Well,
Yeah.
oh no, they can see it now. Oh, but they're going to be in the car, so whatever. All right, so we're going to move away from this. This is our
Oh, okay.
LGBTQ moment of the way. Happy Black History Month. Let's do it.
Yep. Thank you. I appreciate you starting Black History Month.
Yep.
Yay. Yeah. Finally get a month, and
I'm
they're
sorry,
probably about
Spence.
to take it away.
I
It's fine.
know. I threw everything off. You can start the show now.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate
Namaste.
it.
Namaste.
So this is Deadpool Wolverine. The sequel, like technically the third Deadpool movie. But the first of the in the Disney category. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
first Disney film, right? Which, by the way, they do a great send off to all the 20th Century Fox films like X-Men and all that. In the ending credits, they pay great homage to all the different films that were going on with 20th Century Fox for Marvel. And they do a great send off to all of them. And For this film, it was very long awaited because it was the transition into the next phase of Marvel films or the MCU films. And this one it's all about Deadpool getting recruited by the TVA and to save and be the guardian of all of the different universes that are happening, or just the MCU. But then Deadpool finds out that the other universes are going to be washed away.
Yeah.
So that includes like 20th Century Fox, Sony, stuff like that. They're all going to be phased out. And then Deadpool realizes like, oh, you're missing out on the one character who is actually bringing all these universes together, aka Wolverine. So he goes to find a Wolverine that's a hero and that'll actually help him. There's a great montage of different Wolverines that he tries to get help from, and none of them will help him. And so he goes to the one called the Worst Wolverine, which we find out later on why. He finds him in a bar.
It's because he's black.
Oh, yep, that's it.
It's because he's black.
The dark one.
Yep, Obama.
Yep, Obama. He's the Obama of that universe.
Goddamn Obama.
Goddamn Obama.
God damn it. It's all his fault right now for all this shit that's going on.
Yep. Him and Biden. It's all his fault. They're the ones that did it.
Yeah.
But so he finds him in a bar, just drunk off his ass. And then ensues the nice little road trip or adventure film of them trying to save the universes after they get out of Cassandra Nova's grasp, right? And then a little bit of Cassandra Nova. She is the sister or the twin of Xavier, who Xavier tried to kill in the womb but was unsuccessful. And so now they're in like the nowhere place where it's like everything tied to any film that was not MCU is now in like the trash universe. So the 20th Century Fox characters, all that fun stuff. And so there were a lot of great cameos in this film, as well as just so much fourth wall breaking. That was just it was great. A lot of people just can't have fun. I thought it was a great film for just the fact that we got to have all these characters come back, and it felt like a really good. Not only was it trying to be funny, but we also had some really great deep moments as well. And some people just didn't like it, and they're like, "Oh, this is overhyped." I'm like, I think it's exactly what it should be.
Yeah,
it's exactly what it should have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then also, I just thought it was a great send off for 20th Century Fox. But, anyways, let's get into the scenes. Or do you have anything to add on to that?
Dude, I didn't even know it was that deep. Is what you were just talking about. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess I didn't realize they're vanishing all the Fox stuff. Yeah, because you're right. I was seeing all that. I was like, what the fuck is this? And they were just murdering all the characters, or just erasing them.
Yeah,
like this didn't happen. What? Yeah. Look at that entendre. Okay.
Yeah. And so same TVA that we saw in Loki.
Yep.
That we're trying to erase everything. That
makes sense
really
now.
loved it. Yeah,
that makes sense now. Okay. All right. All right. Let's get into some scenes.
Alrighty then. So the first scene that we see, actually the first two scenes that we see, it's really about Wolverine and Deadpool having that communication. They're finally talking to each other. We get this thing that we've been wanting forever in the MCU, is Wolverine and Deadpool finally like talking to each other, because in the comic books they talk to each other a lot.
Okay.
Cartoons, video games, they all have a relationship, and like Deadpool is that annoying guy who talks a lot, and then Wolverine's that stoic, like just aggressive guy, and so like that relationship has always been fun to play with. Yeah.
Is this when people call me childlike? That's what it is. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You're such a child. You're so mature. I'm like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Let me cash my check right now. So, as I take it to the bank, bitch.
Okay.
Sorry. That was intense.
Jesus.
That could have been for any gender.
They're not in the fucking room.
Like, could have been for any gender.
Jesus.
I got trauma issues, Spence. People were mean.
Jesus, you don't have to prove it to me. Like, I got it. You got money.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways.
Namaste.
A little bit of Wolverine and Deadpool in there.
Namaste.
Read. Anyways, so in the first scene, we see that they're in this diner, and Logan, not only is he like trying to find just like rubbing alcohol to drink, but he also brings up the fact that has Deadpool ever been checked out for ADHD, and really they haven't yet got into it, but they kind of hinted at like Wolverine's had some trauma, and that's the reason why he drinks, even though in like every version of him he drinks and stuff like that.
Always
but for
drunk.
this one it's a little different. Right? But because he has those like in every like any movie or
everyone
like
dies.
iteration of him. Yeah. And you know, he's been experimented on. He was a veteran. He's been alive for over 200 years.
Yeah.
He's had a lot of stuff.
He got stuff.
Right?
I got a trauma and I'm only even 35. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you could go through centuries of bullshit, like he was in the original Wolverine movie, like they showed him on all the different wars. He was in the Civil War. He was in World War I, II, all that stuff.
Yeah.
He's always been a soldier, right? And so he has all of this trauma, but for this Wolverine, it's a little bit different, which we'll get into a little bit later. And so he has this thing that you could talk about. It's called avoidant personality disorder, right? What is avoidant personality disorder, and how does Wolverine and Deadpool both have these, even though they're showing different characteristics of it?
So yeah, as we look in that first scene, Spence makes these dynamics of where they're both just different characters. And you see Wolverine go sit down, go drink. Like soon as Deadpool tries to engage with him, he's like, I'm done with you.
Yeah.
So avoidant personality disorder, right? And it's not very, very common. Well, a lot of folks are avoidant attachment style at the least. So meaning when you keep things very superficial and they're like, oh, they're socially anxious. It's not social anxiety. Oh, they're autistic. Well, it's not just autism. It's the fear that people will leave you, whether it be real or imagined, right? It's not like a borderline issue either. Folks will not go and talk to people because of like that fear of judgment, or not deepen the connection. So it's not just talking, Spence. It's really deepening that connection. They'll just, as soon as it gets like it could go on to another date, it could be another hangout and like chilling and eating with someone, and they just pull away. They'll ghost. They don't want to, right? They'll be avoidant. And so you see this personality a lot with a lot of folks with deep trauma, grief. I got clients that have had a lot of people die in their life, best friends, parents, students, professors, coaches. And it gets to a point where like enough's enough, G. Like it's just too much. So avoidant personality disorder can be in relationships. They can be, but it's really tough to get to that, let's say behind that fourth wall, which would be the real versions of them, the vulnerability. It's not that they don't want to. They want to, Spence. It's not like an antisocial thing, right? They want to be in relationships with others. It's just too difficult to do it. I highly advise some folks go check out the criteria for it if you want to. You're going to see some interesting correlations with like autism, anxiety. But you see these two knuckleheads, and Spence pointed out earlier, you got the one that's the goofball, talking shit and having fun, playing games, being an idiot, being annoying, like in that first scene at the pub or the little gas station bar thing. And then you got the other ones very stoic, reserved, and cold. Neither one of them really want to get intimacy too far.
Yeah.
Deadpool pushes everyone away. He's a complete asshole, says all this horrible, inappropriate shit, but he's like deeply lonely inside. And you see the whole film, Spence, he's got these 9 people that's his whole world. Yeah. But they barely even know that because he treats them all like shit.
Yeah. And also kind of a little bit of background too is that he also tried out to be like an Avenger, to have a higher purpose, because now he's in the position of like the MCU where like now he feels like, oh, I have to be bigger than what I am or else I am a failure. And so he also pushes them away because of that reason too, because he feels like he is a failure a lot more. And so like he said, like he does have those friends from the past films, Deadpool 1 and 2, but they don't really know more than what's kind of going on than anybody else.
And he's always been avoiding with them. He's always pushed them away, whether any of the X-Men for the second film, right? Or first film, he doesn't allow them to be his people. He never allows himself to integrate with others.
Yeah.
And you're right, though. That depressant is a son of a bitch, will cause you to avoid people. Most of my folks with that avoidant personality disorder or just avoidant attachment, just low self-worth. Shit. Many of you who probably listen to this pod will understand this. You don't feel like you're worthy of love. You don't feel like anyone will stay. What's good about you? Like you're mediocre at best. I'm not being mean. I'm just trying to give you the opinion of what people feel.
Right.
They're like, Nas, why even try to go talk to people? Like, what the fuck do I have to offer? Spence, dude, I asked this fucking kid, I gave him a list of things. I said, I want you to give me these lists of things. Like, what do you have to offer? Like someone in a relationship? What are the good qualities about you? What are the bad qualities? I sent him this all like line by line to ask questions, right? He emails me back, pass. I was like, bitch,
like, I'm not doing that shit.
You can't pass. Like, did the homework.
Yeah. What's the point?
No, he didn't do the homework. It is what it is. We talked about it in session, and that was a lot of stuttering and a lot of heavy emotions. Neurodivergent folks, it's hard to talk about these topics. And so there'll be a lot of things lost in translation, stammering, could be crying, could be stoicism, could be just trying to find the ideas. It's really hard for folks with ADHD. Also with folks with ADHD, Spence, they tend to get that social anxiety because as you see in the next scene, which we'll get into, is people get annoyed with you sometimes within a few minutes and then they cut you off because they're like, you're too much.
Right.
Or you talk too much. Mm-hmm. And then you mosey on over to him. It's just too much pain. The alcoholism, you said a ton of the trauma, loss, right? I mean, what's the point? The same thing's kind of like in some of those movies for the X-Men when you look at Magneto. Like every time he tries to have something, they all die.
Yeah. But the thing about him is that I feel like Magneto wants to be a leader, right? While Wolverine is kind of pushed by others to become a leader, right? And so, Magneto really wears everything on his chest while Wolverine...
Internal,
unless it's anger, right? Unless it's anger. Other than that, everything is kind of inside. While, everything outwardly is mainly just anger. There's no happiness. There's no laughter, sadness. It's all anger with him.
Sounds like a lot of men. And I'm not trying to take any jabs at men. It just sounds like a lot of the men that come to my office. Any big emotion that comes out, specifically my autistic men, is that anger, hostility, which is usually just big emotions inside, but they never let it out. What's funny is this movie feels like, now that you talked about it in the beginning, like this movie is two autistic friends, one being ADHD as fuck, and then the other one just being the quiet, stoic autistic.
Yeah.
Let's be real. This is an autism love. I'm going to name this podcast, an autism love story. Holy fuck. There it is. Let's mosey into that next scene. Well, why did you, Spence, want to do that car scene? What was up? Because you we got to do that car scene.
Yeah, I felt like this was an intense scene where not only, they're driving and they're trying to get to find like these people to help them beat Cassandra. And, Deadpool is talking. And then he triggers, people don't like use trigger, but he triggered Wolverine. Yeah. He triggered him by bringing up not only his suit, but then also the X-Men in general, right? Which at that point, we don't really know what happened to the X-Men and all that stuff. And this is actually the first time that we've seen Wolverine actually in the comic book suit. But like he brings them up and like some just pops right in Wolverine's head where he's just like, oh, well, that's the flip of the switch. Because before he was just letting him talk, being like, shut the fuck up, whatever. But then once he said that, all of a sudden now He just goes off on Deadpool, telling that he's worthless, that nobody like will be part of you. Like you couldn't even have a relationship with a stripper, like all that stuff. Really taking deep shots.
Real shots.
Yes, real shots that even make Deadpool quiet. Like nothing makes Deadpool quiet. He talks. He's the merc with the mouth, right? As he says in the scene, he's the merc with the mouth. And so for him to go that personal and take those deep digs, like it really kind of shows that Wolverine is not only is he paying attention to what he's saying, right? But he's also taking note of those things, and then also took a dig at all the things that were more sensitive towards like what he feels. And I thought that was a great scene, not only for the fact of like it's, you know, people just love that part of the scene and you could see it all over the internet, but it's more of like this is just how he's kind of coping with what is going on with him. His PTSD, like you said before, is just kind of really getting to him, and people have their limits that they that maybe we don't know about, and sometimes we cross that line without even like thinking about it. Yeah. Like I mean, I've done that plenty of times where I cross a line where I say shit because I just say it until I like to say shit until I hit that line. Then I'm like, okay, not going to go any further with that, because that's their limit and that's their line. I don't want to make people upset unless, you know, I want to. But for the most part, I usually push those limits.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I push those bounds until I know for sure, like that's
the place.
Because then I don't have to go back there. I can stay put where I am and I know where that line is.
Yep.
But, you know, with Deadpool, he hit that line without even considering what Wolverine was even going through or thinking.
Yeah, I don't think he knew.
No.
I don't think he knew. So that's the sad thing about a lot of trauma, Spence, is it's not like people, you know, oh, they all trauma dumping, you know, all those fucking kids and they're all soft. Shut the. Most people never talk about their trauma.
No.
Most people never acknowledge their trauma. They just eat it. It might be years until someone like me, their therapist, even finds out sometimes. Mm-hmm. They'll always be like, hey, Nas, did I ever tell you this? I'm like, no, you didn't tell me that. I think I'd remember that.
Yeah.
I've known a couple clients at least a couple years. Just recently I had a client I've known for like a year and a half. Mm-hmm. I was like, hey, let's go mosey back onto this childhood. And I was like, bruh. Yeah. I was like, kid, I feel like crying just hearing this shit. And then the kid starts crying because I said I felt like crying. Like, man, this shit is not fun to hear. So Wolverine gets triggered because he has this PTSD and he's using the alcohol to cope. So in every movie you've ever seen him, you know, do his thing, he's using alcohol to cope, to cover the silence. What we're going to talk about later is the voices in his head. He said, I just want to be free. And you're like, free of what? Like, you're a free man. Free of the voices, which is the guilt, which is the shame, which is the anger, which is the grief, which is the trauma, the loss. Like, you just don't want to hear those screams anymore, specifically because the songs of the U is when I hear my name, and it's all about calling out to me. It deeply traumatized. So Deadpool runs his mouth, and it's funny as shit, Spence, because he's sitting there and he's like, shut up. And he's like, okay. Yeah. And he's like, psh, 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 psh,
yeah.
Psh, psh, psh. He's so ADHD.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he said, yeah, I've never been tested for ADHD, but I've been tested for STDs, and I probably got those because I got ADHD. And like 100% because ADHD will not cause you to have unprotected sex, but like,
you sure?
But it could. I mean, like, chance of impulsivity, yes, but you know, it's not going to cause an STD. But Deadpool's lived a different life. Yeah. Funny joke, but like it all relates. Trauma does not cause ADHD, right? It's not the cause, right? It has to be neurological, biological, right? But some folks will go through a lot of trauma, Spence, and it will mimic the signs of like ADHD because of that thing we call hypervigilance, that PTSD effect. Sometimes it can make you second guess like a million things and think a million things. Why? Because you're trying to protect yourself from the world. And so the anxiety starts to manifest. That anxiety looks like racing thoughts. It looks like ADHD when actually anxiety, trauma, not necessarily ADHD, but it can look very similar and correlate. And trauma can worsen the effects of ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
And also should be noted that a lot of folks with ADHD experience trauma at a higher rate and majority than folks without it. Neurodivergent folks, that's normal. We usually are the victims of abuse most of the time. So interesting things.
Yeah.
But bro, he went in on Deadpool like that was some anger and some pain. And I get it because he just told him like I might not be able to save your world. And so right, his whole thing is about redemption. And then you tell him I can't do that, the rug pull. He hupped to it his ass. I say that because she fucking tricked everyone in that fucking Bitcoin shit.
Yeah, no, she's saying she didn't. I was like, yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
You and Donald didn't rug pull people, but whatever. So I wanted to tie that in because, you know, when some of us go off, we go off. And we know this a lot in relationships. Imagine them as a young gay couple. Well, they're not that young and they're not that gay, but they could be.
Until you're 70.
I know. So this is a lot of relationships that I'm working with now in marriage counseling where something goes on. The other person's like, all right, well, I'm going to hurt you now. Right. Recently, some of the couples have been like, Nas, they're just so fucking mean in the arguments. They're just horribly mean. Like, bro, what's going on? And it's really hard to have like good conversations when the other person's being nasty, mean, derogatory and poking at your insecurities, but they're hurt. So what are they going to do? They're going to hurt you. That's what Wolverine did to Deadpool. You just hurt him by telling him that this might not work out. And he's like, oh, okay, fuck you. You ain't never going to be shit. You're insignificant. No one wants you. You're a loser. You're retarded. Sorry to use that word, but that's what he's trying to say is that you're nothing. Yeah. You couldn't even get your stripper wife. No knocks against strippers or like anyone hustling, making the money. But like, you couldn't even get her to like you. And it's like, bro, what do we know about Deadpool, Spence? What's the one thing he fucking loves no matter what?
Loves Vanessa.
I knew when he said that, I was like, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I thought he was crying under that mask. I don't know about you.
He could have. He could have been.
What?
I think.
He says, I'm going to fight you now.
Yeah, I think he's just. The thing about Deadpool, I don't know. Like you said, he is caring about Vanessa, obviously, because that's the only person that he's really opened up to.
Facts.
The only person he's ever opened up to. And then also, you know, otherwise he's kind of just, he doesn't really take any other emotions into account other than like being funny. And that's about it. So that's why I think this relationship really is interesting to kind of unpack, is that just even though they are different in their personalities, they're very similar.
So similar.
Right. And so one uses comedy to really hide or mask pain that he's going through. And then the other one uses anger / addiction to really cope with kind of what's he's going on.
It's a perfect couple.
Yeah.
One talks, the other one shuts up, and the other one drinks.
And tells the other one to shut the fuck up.
Perfect couple.
Stop talking. I'm going to keep talking.
Jesus Christ. That fight scene was epic. We're not going to put the fight scene in there because all it is like stabbing. And so you're not going to hear anything other than stabbing. So,
yeah. So go watch the movie.
You can enjoy your stabbing at a later stabbing.
Yeah. Go and watch stabbing there.
To each his own stabbing.
Yeah. To each their own.
Let's check out these next couple scenes, man. Oh, we forgot to talk about limits, but we'll get into that with some other trauma shit. Limits. But let's go into scene 3 and 4, Spence.
Yeah. So the third one is, you know, it's Logan and X-23 or Laura. Or is it Laura or Lauren? You see.
I think Laura.
It is. Yeah, it's Laura. Laura, they're at the campfire. She's bringing up the fact like you're like him, you know, drunk, angry. It's like, oh, sound like a fucking great guy. But then she also says that he was there, right? During the most important moments, he was always there. And this is the scene before they go to Cassandra Nova's base to fight for the last fight. And he's like, I'm not doing that shit. What's the point? I don't want to fight anymore. I'm done with fighting. And then now he's bringing up the fact that This is the first time he's actually kind of opened up to kind of what happened to the X-Men, and why his suit is so important, right? And so he brings up the fact that, the X-Men, even though they wanted him to be in, he was like, I don't want to wear this shit. I don't want to be part of this group, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, these humans went and attacked the X-Men. And I did air quotes there because supposedly it was supposed to be Jonathan Majors' character that actually was supposed to be the villain that kills all the X-Men in that universe. And so after everything that's happened with him, they cut that out. And so then they're like, humans are the ones that did it. And I'm like, how the fuck did all the humans kill the X-Men? Like, what? All of them?
I don't know.
Like, how the hell did that happen? They have superpowers. Motherfucker got laser eyes. Couldn't just zap them.
I don't know. They got the Achilles heel. What they got? Their kryptonite. They got au jus sauce.
Yeah, something. But and that's why they also didn't show them like it happening. But
that makes sense now.
Yeah. But he's talking about it, and then he's also saying that I have to get this out. I have to get this out, because he verbally needs to actually get the fact out of what happened, right? He needs to, in a way, express it, and then also control like what's kind of he needs to actually get through this, because I think it's probably the first time he's ever talked about it to anybody. And so they're talking about it, and then we finally find out what and why he's kind of going through. Great scene when it comes to just somebody who's actually needs to get out what they're kind of going through. And also it is a way, like you were bringing up, that PTSD, you can kind of get out of the chokehold of PTSD by actually talking about it.
The isolation.
What would you say? Would you say that's good sound advice for people that are actually going through PTSD? And like, what other things, advice would you give to those who might be suffering?
So magnificent question. Didn't see that one comment. So depends on where the symptomology is at, Spence. So if they're actively like super hyper vigilant, kind of tweaked out, very scared, then maybe we do some individual therapy, but maybe also some medication if their symptoms are really bad physically. Mm-hmm. Support groups are magnificent. So I would picture this more of a like peer support or support group. They have them a lot with military folks that experience trauma, grief, loss. It's all trauma. Well, any type of loss is trauma. And so to hear the stories, to unburden yourself with the stories and find out that you're not crazy, that there's other people that, been through what you've been through, or they'll validate that shit's fucked up, or like, hey man, it's okay to be scared. Like, yeah, I'm scared too. It's fucking terrible. That's actually really powerful for a lot of people. They feel unburdened, like this weight is lifted off their chest. Also, with all the guilt and shame that he has, sometimes it's good to like finally say it out loud, because that demon is just screaming in your head. It's your fault. It's your fault. It's your fault. They're all going to hate you. It just, all these horrible things, you just keep screaming. And then you finally say it out loud to someone. Somehow the voice gets like lighter or softer. Maybe you'll start challenging the thought. Maybe they'll help you challenge that thought. Maybe they tell you, man, this isn't real. Or by real, I mean, this isn't actually what happened. You're not to blame for this, right? Rationale and logic can set in. Right. So talking 100% is good. That's why he had to say it. Because otherwise he's just screaming it in his head, and that's what he's doing the alcohol for. Mm-hmm. That's what people are going to use the weed for. That's what they're going to use the other substances, cocaine, heroin. This private practice, Spence, has been wild, man. It's a lot more substance abuse than I thought. It's all relationship and couples counseling, and it's a lot of substance abuse. Not always together because of relationships. It's two separate categories. Right. And just people are just traumatized, man. And some of the people are traumatized from the childhoods. And with that high trauma, you see a high abuse and addiction issues. Wolverine's past makes sense on how his present is responding.
Yeah.
I'm glad he finally spoke out, specifically because it's also kind of like, I mean, it is his daughter, but it's not his daughter.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like, technically it is.
It is.
Because they're from the same DNA
Yes.
and all that. And then also she brought up the fact, like, the other Wolverine saved a lot of lives, like kids' lives. And that also, and then the other Wolverine now is just kind of like, yeah, that's not me. That's not who I am, because I let these people
die
in
and
my
he's
life.
killed
So
so
he has a
many.
lot. Yeah. And then rolling into like the next scene, like we're not going to talk, like not the next scene, but like he brings up in the next scene that he's killed a lot of humans because he was angry, right? He killed a lot of people, even though he was like, not even just the bad ones, but the good ones too, because he was just so angry at what they did to his.
They took his entire family. And the family, the sad thing is, it's the family that he never fully loved.
No, or didn't get a chance.
Because he never would allow himself to. So now not only are you in grief, but also you're ashamed because how fucking stupid you were to never allow them to love you. Why? Because you have avoidant issues and attachment issues. And it's like, no. FYI, everyone, if someone's trying to love you in an appropriate way, if someone's trying to be your friend and like you're trying to be their friend, but you're being weird about it because you got shit, life's too short, homie. Make the connections. A lot of people to love you, love deeply. This kid coming the other day, Spence. This motherfucker said, I think I don't love the person. I'm like, I think you love the person. But I didn't say that. Like, yeah, I told him I wanted to see other people. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? So then we talked in the session. They're like, I'm going to call them right now and let them know that I fucked up. I said, yes. Yes. They just said, I don't want to get too attached because I don't want to get hurt. So then you tell them that you want to cheat on them? Bruh. So people are just so scared to get hurt, Spence. And it's valid.
It's valid. I agree. But then it's also, it's just, I feel like we need to get to a point where we are like, okay, not just getting hurt, but like we're okay with the things that might happen to us in the future. We're very too forward thinking instead of just being in the moment.
100%.
Of like what's happening. And I get that it's like anxiety and stuff like that, but we also need to have people that are just like, okay, like I understand you're scared and stuff, but just live in the now and be happy with where we are now. And then if that stuff happens, then it happens, and then just say you at least had these good years, months, days, or whatever, to actually fully, appreciate somebody in that way.
Have some joy at least. God damn it. Love something.
So
it's a thing, bro.
I understand. I get it.
I get it. But we both know it's toxic.
Yeah. Because then you're just hurting yourself and you're hurting others around you.
Yep. Because you're doing the Deadpool and the Wolverine thing. You're just keeping everyone at that arm's distance. Just because you were hurt in the past doesn't mean that your partner now, your friend now will hurt you. That's not what that means. No. Not the same person.
No.
But all men are trash. Okay. Well, okay.
Everyone's trash no matter what gender. Everyone's trash.
Let's be real.
Doesn't matter what gender you are. You can be trash.
We are trash. I don't care what you identify as, motherfucker. You identify as a fucking tomato, and you're trash. So let's take our tomato asses to that next scene. This is actually probably the best, like, therapeutic scene. I'll let you go ahead and explain it.
Yeah. So Cassandra Nova, her power, she can, as long as she can like touch you, she can like pretty much read your fucking mind, and has all pretty much the same powers as like Xavier, and like can, telepathic and all that bullshit. And so now she's inside the mind of Wolverine, and he's in this field where he can just hear the voices of all of like the X-Men cry out to him. I would be surprised also if you could like hear the voices of like the people he's like the humans he's killed.
I guarantee it. Yep.
Yeah. And then yeah, and then the fact that he's a war veteran too, you probably hear those, like, all those lives and voices that before.
Well, Logan, in the movie Logan, that's all he heard. Remember, he said,
Yeah,
I've killed so many people. He was going to commit suicide in that movie because he was sick of living like this.
yeah, with a silver bullet.
Yep. And then his little girl like saw it and she's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And so fast forward to this, he's hearing all the voices. Yep.
Yeah, hearing all the voices, and then she's pretty much telling him like, "Oh, you've been through so much. I can silence those voices for you.
Man,
I can do it."
All you
just
need is
really
that,
manipulating him.
you just need that good white woman, Spence. That's all it's about.
I'll go a white British woman.
You just need a white woman. All therapists.
I'm gonna feed you beans. That's all I fucking eat.
Spotty.
Spotty with some beans in it.
Why would there be beans in it?
Because that's all they fucking eat. Anything they eat, they're just like, let's put beans in it.
Break some beans.
But are you in World War II still? What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Like,
we got it. Tacos and bacon. Like, all right. I got it.
Fix your teeth, goddamn. Blimey.
But then, yeah. And then this is also the first time he's actually admitted to killing humans as well. So, lots of like omissions from Wolverine in this movie.
A lot of tea.
Yeah. Let's say. But yeah, and so now she's trying to manipulate him into actually like being on her side, because Wolverines are very few, far between of where she's from. And so she's really trying to make sure like, oh, I got this, like, he's mine now. And then, then they pull the old switcheroo and be like, got you, bitch.
Talk to her.
Yeah. I even need to bring up her name.
I know. I know.
Like an asshole white woman.
They're all trash.
Yeah.
I was talking to a black couple today, and I said something about, what you need is you should have got a white woman. And she looked at me and she's like, no. It was hilarious. I was like, I don't like him either. I was just checking to see.
This is a good scene for I think it's a great metaphor for like the power that one could hold therapist wise.
Well, Spencer's gone. Oh, he's back.
Sorry, I'm dog sitting. I don't know if you can hear the dog barking.
Oh no, I can hear it.
Oh, good. Thank God. But it's a good metaphor for I think therapists who are in that position of their clients, right? They can tell them, they can give them all these, they can give them promises of what's to come, right? Like, I think those are, I don't think those are good therapists that can promise you results into what's going to happen with you. I think a good therapist tells you that this is going to be a lot of work on your end, and you can do these things, but you have to put in the work to do so. It's not just going to go away with a snap of a finger. It's going to be a process that can take a long time if it needs to be, depending on who you are. And so I think that this is a great metaphor for that you can have those, you could try to believe these people that want to say like, yeah, it could be over in a second. You can lose weight within 10 days if you take this pill, the easy way out, instead of trying to make sure that your trauma is something that you can not only live with, but it's something that you're not just it's not gonna go away. It's gonna be part of your life forever.
Yep.
Yeah, and you just have to learn to live with it and make sure that
the symptoms
it doesn't it doesn't define who you are.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna piggyback off of that. Same thing. Everything Spence just co-signed. I'm co-signing that. And so you see this therapist, and you see a lot of these. I'm gonna talk about this from just a scamming. A lot of these social media folks, Spence, you see them like, I'm gonna fix this, and I'm gonna coach in this, and I'll go look at their website. Got no education, no training. They got a shit ton of trauma themselves. Oh, okay, yeah. But it doesn't necessarily qualify you to be helping someone professionally that with like real fucked up issues. Support, yes. Love the support, love the teaching, love the pedagogy. Like, oh, bro, I think they should be under the hands of someone a little bit more supervision.
Right.
And so it gets really scary, and you get a lot of neurodivergent folks that get hustled and scammed of these like things on influence on these things on the internet. It scares me. And it's mostly, I'm going to be real with you, white women selling it.
Yeah.
Preying on other like white women. And I'm like, girl, now I'm not saying you got to go to a dude, not saying that at all. I'm just saying, you know, let's see some credentials, some experience, some resume.
Yeah.
I love a good lived experience. I teach a lot from lived experience.
Oh yeah.
And so I think that's cool how she does she finger blasts his head.
They gave her like prosthetic fingers to make her fingers longer too.
Oh,
that's
there
why
you go.
her fingers look freakishly long. I was like, what the fuck? Those are real fingers? Like, no, they're prosthetics.
Got it. So yeah, she's over there finger banging people. As soon as she shoved him in people's eyes and face, I'm like, she banging it. Damn, girl.
Man. She all up in it.
God, handies all day. But that's the toxicity from solving everything apart. It is very representative of what a therapist does.
Mm-hmm.
Let's process some trauma. Let's walk through it. Let's try and figure out your triggers. Let's try and figure out origins. Let's try and figure out how to cope with your symptoms without drugs and alcohol. We navigate these things with you, right?
Mm.
We help you intellectualize and visualize so we can calm the voices in your head. We never guarantee any of that though, but the goal is to help the voices calm, which is usually your own voices. So that way you can execute what you need to do. That way you can go to your job, you can function, you can show up for your kids, your partner, your friends. That's what mental health is allowing the symptoms to reduce while gaining support, validation. And sometimes if you get a good therapist like me, I'm going to gas you up too. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader. You'd be like, damn, they allow cheerleaders your size? I say, yup. It's the DEI shit. Cheerleader. But no one can fix anything unless you put in the effort.
Yeah.
And Wolverine is finally putting in the effort, and he's getting the healing.
Mm-hmm.
Gets the healing. Magnificent scene.
Yes.
So we got one funny scene, and I know we should start wrapping things up soon. So the funny scene you can just chat about real quick. The automatic negative thoughts while the Deadpools are just murdering each other.
Yeah. Yeah. And we finally get Wolverine in the cowl. Like they teased it in Wolverine. Which one was it? It was the one where he goes to Japan.
Yeah,
what it's called. But like at the end of the film, he's in this plane, and then he opens up a box, and it has the cowl in it. You're like, oh shit, he's about to wear the cowl. And then the next movie is like Logan doesn't wear it.
Yeah,
it's just like, god damn it. But this is the first time we actually see him wearing the cowl. It's amazing, love it. But yeah, this is
blowjob handles.
Yeah, like yeah.
It's so vulgar. I know, it's so
God
vulgar.
Just ruined that helmet. The cowl for me. Fuck.
Why would you steer his head?
All right. But for the beginning of the scene, they have nice pool and then dog pool. And there's some drama going on with Ryan Reynolds, wife and all that stuff, and how nice pool might be a certain guy, whatever. Yeah, and that's why he's just like was talking shit about him the whole time.
Oh, there's tea.
There might be. I don't know if it's
there's
true
tea.
or not. I don't know. But we had some great cameos from all the different Deadpools. Blake Lively was actually Lady Pool. Matthew McConaughey was the cowboy one. His daughter was the Kid Pool one that was talking shit. Get Wolverine's dick out your mouth. Yeah. And then he also had one of his soccer players from his team on there. That he owns. So a lot of great cameos in this, but yeah, and I love the part he's just, you're gonna live, and then he just gets shot. He didn't care. He just wanted the dog and those gold-plated Desert Eagles.
I'm not gonna lie, Spence. This feels like me as a private practice therapist.
Jesus Christ.
You're gonna
Explain.
live. I know they're gonna die, but I'm like, but I'm reaping all the benefits.
Yeah, like, yes. Keep on coming back.
One girl's like, Nas, I'm just so crazy. And I say, I'm reaping all the benefits. I said, girl, you about to buy me a boat. What did homeboy say? Oh, Lord, I'm about to, what did he say?
Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself. Yeah.
Well, every time I get a little no diversion girly.
Oh, I'm about to make a name
Girl, I'm about to get real talk. I'm about to just pay some bills. Real talk. Yeah, life's a lot more depressing than I make it seem. So,
Okay.
I'm paying for cancer bills and shit. I don't have
Oh,
cancer.
okay.
I'm sorry, that was very vulgar. Thankfully, I'm clear. So
Yeah. Can I? But yeah, just a funny scene. Wolverine's just like he got sacrificed for murder. What the fuck? God, yeah, he hated Nice Pool so much.
I know. It's like you tease a little autistic kid. We're just gonna beat the shit out of this kid. It's like, no, don't beat up the nice autistic kid. He's a sweet kid.
Nah, he deserves it for being too nice.
Well, fucker. We're gonna
Isn't
teach
that
him.
fucked up. Like even when like you're going through like a drive-through or something, it's like, hey, how are you? You're like, bitch, why are you bringing all that energy towards me right now? I'm trying to order a burger. Like, calm the fuck down. All right, like, chill.
You're like,
chill.
I'm diabetic. My foot,
Yeah.
I ain't felt my toes in years.
Don't act like this is a good thing that we're doing here.
Don't
all right?
shame me for eating my food.
I'm getting heart disease. You're fucking giving it to me. Like,
Yeah.
let's just.
I know you fucked up my order. Like, I don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. I like, and then like you play in between. Like, I like a nice in between. You know, like not too nice, but not an asshole.
Yeah.
You know, just like right in between. Now, like, hi, how are you? Or like, what the fuck do you want? Like, you know, I like that in between.
You want
Just,
it
like
not Chick-fil-A, but not Popeyes, right?
Yeah.
You want it somewhere in the middle.
like KFC.
KFC. You want KFC service.
Cane's chicken.
King's chicken. You want the white man's chicken.
Yeah.
You said
Give me that.
King's chicken. I thought you said King's chicken.
Yeah. Let's go to King's Chicken. That's the blackest place you ever heard or ever been to.
So-
King's Chicken.
Bro,
Oh,
you know it was
Jesus Christ.
black as hell. We
What?
about to get real race. Churchy's
yeah.
chicken out in the
Oh, yeah,
hood.
Church's Chicken. I was
That
about
was-
to say that.
Yeah, that was
Church's
some hood chicken there, boy.
Yeah, of course, but it was delicious.
It was good. Motherfucker be
exactly.
greasy as shit.
Exactly. You risk your life.
Risk your life.
Going in.
You risk
But
your
hey,
life going in.
Hey, Church's Chicken.
White folks listen to this and gonna be like, what's a Churchy's?
Churchy's Chicken.
Did they say
Is it-
Chi-Chi's?
Is it gospel? Is that what it is?
It's Baptist.
Yeah. Blessings. Blessings.
This is holy
They
chicken.
bless the chicken every
Haram.
time.
I'm sorry. Real quick. That seems
Yeah.
magnificent. I thought great metaphor for automatic negative thoughts.
Yeah.
I work a lot with clients to challenge their thinking, challenge their very fast thinking. It's also nice to create those alters, all those different alters.
Mhm.
Like, who are you talking to? The angry one, the sad one, the smart one, the intelligent one.
Mm.
In therapy yesterday, we're talking a lot about the little girl that was hurt, that was told not to be fun and bubbly and colorful and drawing. And you're put into this machine that must only do this work.
Mm.
And so sometimes I'm trying to pull that kid out, that girlie out, that child, that boy out. Sometimes I need to pull the bad guy out, the aggressive Wolverine out, because you might be taught that you can't show anger. And so I'm trying to pull out certain things at certain times. That way, that alter, you can ebb and flow between whatever you need when you're at work or in a weird situation.
Right.
I don't want you to freeze in a situation. I want you to logically try to pick one when you need one. So hopefully that makes sense. A magnificent scene, great reel, very great metaphor for all the demons that we face, or just some of the voices that we face. You're not psychotic. It's your own voices in your head.
Right.
Just some of them are different versions of yourself. And it's hard to decipher like what's going on when we're very anxious. Like, nah, there's just so much going on. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're fucking spiraling right now. So great scene. I wanted to put more stuff in the fight scene, but we're running out of time. So we got this last fucking scene. This is pretty much the crescendo of the whole movie. This is like the moment. I'm not even trying to get super sexual right now, but this is the climax. This is where you're like, are you almost done?
It wasn't sexual until you said it was sexual.
I know. I wanted to make, well, it was going to be sexual no matter what. It's like
Was it?
It's like you're ready, and you're like seeing if they're ready, because like this whole scene is like, are we both ready? And then you realize like she was never ready.
Oh my god!
I'm like, was it good for you? She's like, when did you start?
No.
I was like, what?
Wait a minute.
I'm like, girl, I'm already asleep. I don't know why I just said all this. I'm so nervous. Spencer, go.
No, I'm gonna let you fucking throw yourself down the river.
I'm gonna sit in it
because you did it. I'm like, yeah.
I make
he
the
just drowned by
love.
himself.
I make the love.
I threw a rope to be like, hey, grab this. He's like, no,
it's fine. I'm on antidepressants. It's fine. It doesn't work.
Shut the.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Jesus Christ!
Like
shut up.
Pulling on taffy.
I'll let you keep going until you stop. No. I'm
done.
not gonna help you.
I'm done.
Are you?
Yep.
Are you really?
I'm done.
Say something again. I'm just let it go.
I was on the phone yesterday and I was choking on some chicken, and my friend said, "What?"
Of course you were. Of course you were.
All right. Great scene coming up next. So.
Is it? Yeah, you sure? Maybe in the next 20 minutes after you keep on talking about how you choked on fucking chicken.
Yeah. I'm good.
Good?
Good.
All right. Great.
Face
Fantastic. All right. So the next scene. Last scene. This is where Wolverine, Deadpool sacrifice themselves. Deadpool or Wolverine says, like, hey, you have a family, you have people you go back to, so I'm gonna sacrifice myself.
I love you.
Right. And sure. And Deadpool's like, wow, thanks a lot, and then immediately hits him with a fire extinguisher and locks himself in there. And so then Deadpool's like, no, I'm gonna finally sacrifice myself and be the hero I've always wanted to become. I'm finally able to just fucking sacrifice myself for others instead of being like this selfish, funny asshole.
Yep.
And then he's about to do it, and fucking Wolverine goes in and helps him out, and they're finally a team, and they finally blast off all their clothes, and you could see.
Tell me this is super gay. This whole scene is about sex.
What?
They're blasting off.
What? They're blasting
exploding.
off?
Yeah.
No.
Did I just spill milk? Like, what is going on?
First of all, I mean, Deadpool in general, I think he's probably bi. And so like he's probably bi.
Yeah.
Right. He's done some things, right? Even in the first film, he gets pegged in the first film. He does.
I know.
For National Women's Month or whatever the fuck it was. Yeah. Which I was like, okay. Wow.
Hey.
First superhero to get pegged, I guess.
He commits.
He did. He committed to it.
A client told me the other day who's like very insecure, and she was like, yeah, I thought the one guy just wanted to be with me because he wanted to get pegged. He's like, no, I just want to know you. Like, my clients are so traumatized, they don't even know why people even like them now. It's wild.
They want me to peg them.
I was like,
all the things.
How often does that happen to you? She's like, often.
Often. Yeah, they just keep on asking, and I say,
okay. Like, do you give off peg vibes? I don't know.
Apparently she's a top.
She's a top.
But yeah, and then we get this great rendition of Like a Prayer, which was like #1 on like Spotify for like weeks and weeks.
Awesome.
But yeah, they finally sacrifice themselves for others, and they save the timeline, and Cassandra Nova blows up.
Magnificent.
So, great stuff.
It's one of the few moments where you like, instead of the white guy, the white man, it's the white woman.
Yeah. Fucking.
Magnificent scene. I'm not gonna lie. All jokes aside, this scene is very like emotional because of the montage that they show, Spence, of like the trials and tribulation, the losses, the love.
Yeah.
He's like Vanessa. He's going towards his like wife, his partner. And it's just so emotional because he's like, I did it. I'm doing it. I'm finally living out my meaning, my calling, my existence.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finally going to do something worthwhile. And this movie, all jokes aside, is 100% about friendship, romantic or platonic. People can use the metaphor either way they want. But the biggest thing is I don't want to die without being known for something. A lot of my clients that are autistic, neurodivergent, or neurotypical is I just don't want to be this average motherfucker. I want to do something. I want to have some, what is the meaning of all this shit, Nas? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. I can't tell you what your meaning is. I don't even know if I fully know my fucking meaning. And I've saved people from death. I don't think that's what my meaning was. I think me and you are kind of living our meanings right now, but who fucking knows? This might lead us to the next meaning. Doing the pod and things like this and helping people out and like clients hitting me up now from the pod. Like, I don't know, maybe my meaning is just hanging out with my little nieces. Maybe it's being nice to the one guy on the street. Maybe it's holding the door open. I don't fucking know. Me and Spence talk about this all the time as the little things. Yeah. And so you finally see both of them and they look at each other and they wink. I was done. I was bawling. All jokes aside, with like the abs and the wink and all that, I was done. I hope all of you have that moment in life where you can recognize that you've like finally really accomplished something. My client even last night, is like, I've done all this work. My life is nothing but bad luck. I'm just horrible. I'll never have anything good. And I was like, wait a minute, kid, you're going, what the fuck are you talking about? You're going way too far. Life has been really hard, but it's also quite magnificent. And some of the things that you're doing, what you're done. But they're so scared to get to that other side, kind of like the Little Dinosaur movie that we did with the sports team that you work with now. Yeah. Aurora FC. And on the opposite side of that fear is like this magnificent gift. And I told the kid, just wait until you get there. Wait till you get that job, that stability. I get there's a lot of horrible shit. Then you're going to be able to buy some stuff, do some stuff, be creative. You're going to be able to live the life that you want. And you finally don't have to do the school shit anymore. I hope all of you have that moment that listen to the pod. I really do. And I think all of you will have it. I told the client about happy tears. Bro, you ain't never cried until you cried because your ass was so happy. That's just wild. I'm just a happy little bitch. Great scene. Great movie. If you look at the depth of it. Yeah. And I don't even really think I saw the depth of it until me and Spence did the review today. Right. Yep. Any season you got for this sucker, Spence?
Nope. Go check out Deadpool Wolverine, Disney Plus. Go check it out. Yep. Great film. And hopefully both Wolverine and Deadpool are going to be in more films. I would think Deadpool will be in some more, maybe it's like cameos and stuff like that. And they said that for Secret Wars, that most likely Wolverine's going to be back in that. Okay. So we will see. Hopefully. But yeah, go check it out. And that's all I got. Okay. So, all right. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm Spencer. That's Nas, Different Spectrum Podcast.
All right, everyone. Much love. And remember, take care of yourselves.
Or don't.
Completely up to you. Peace.